families could be seen packing up and driving away from western districts of the port city where Islamist militants and the forces led by retired General Khalifa Haftar fought for hours on Friday. And dressed in military uniform, Haftar, whom the Speaker of Parliament accused of plotting a coup, said his troops had temporarily withdrawn from Benghazi for tactical reasons. "And we'll come back with force," he told reporters at a sports club in Abyar, a small town to the east of Benghazi. "And we've started this battle and will continue it until we have reached our goals," he said. And he said government and parliament had no legitimacy as they had failed to achieve security. "The street and the Libyan people are with us," he said, adding that his troops were spread out in several parts of eastern Libya. And in Tripoli, parliamentary speaker and military commander-in-chief Nuri Abu Sahmain said Haftar was trying to stage a coup. And LNA members who have carried out the clashes in Benghazi are out of the control of the state of Libya and they are trying to attempt a coup for their own interests, Abu Sahmain said in a televised news conference. And a health ministry official said the death toll had risen to 43, with more than 100 wounded. Haftar said 60 militants and 6 of his soldiers were killed, and 250 militants and 37 of his men wounded. And Libyan news website Abyar said late on Saturday 75 people had been killed and 131 wounded, citing official data. And a worker in a hospital that received at least 40 corpses said, "More bodies are coming in from areas outside Benghazi." And authorities extended the closure of Benghazi's Benina airport on Saturday. Egypt Air halted flights to Benghazi until the security situation improved, an Egyptian security official said. And the Libyan army declared a no-fly zone after Haftar's forces used at least one helicopter during Friday's fighting, according to a statement on the Chief of Staff's website. And fragile government. And since the 2011 civil war that ousted Muammar Gaddafi after 42 years of one-man rule, Libya has been unable to impose authority over brigades of former rebels who refuse to disarm and have carved out regional fiefdoms. And Benghazi, the cradle of the NATO-backed uprising against Gaddafi, in particular has struggled to curb violence and stem attacks blamed on Ansar al-Sharia, an Islamist group that Washington designates as a terrorist organization. And Haftar, a leading figure in the 2011 uprising that ousted Gaddafi, stirred rumors of a coup in February by appearing in military uniform to call for a presidential committee to be formed to govern until new elections. And Libya's government is fragile and the parliament almost paralyzed by rivalries, with little progress to full democracy made since 2011. A planned new constitution is still unwritten and the country is on its third prime minister since March. And US and European countries are helping build up the regular army, but Libya's armed forces and government cannot control the brigades of ex-rebels and militants who once fought Gaddafi. And the North African nation's vital oil industry has suffered badly and is often targeted by armed protesters seeking a greater share of oil wealth, federalist power for the regions, or just better basic services. And since last summer, armed protesters have repeatedly closed down ports and oil fields, bringing production down to around 200,000 barrels per day from the 1.4 million BPD that the OPEC member state produced before the protests erupted. And, reporting by Faraz Bouzalim, Ahmed Al-Umaimi and Ayman Al-Warfali and Al-Flessing, additional reporting by Shadi Nasrallah in Cairo, writing by Al-Flessing, editing by Robin